is Malik, and please like, subscribe, comment on my channel. And as you can tell by the title, this story will be about how I lost my virginity. Stay tuned. So this story takes place when I was in high school, my junior year. So junior year was a crazy year for me. It was nothing like senior year. Junior year I was living with someone else, and it was a whole kalaloo of just a whole bunch of stuff. So when I first came into the school, you know, I was really quiet, cool. I was new to the school. It wasn't like I was there ever since I was a freshman. A lot of people were there since they were freshmen. So this is a new me going to the school. And okay, I don't need nobody talking about my do-rag, okay? I had it for a long time. I just woke up my junior year. You know, I was the type of guy that was very quiet. I read my books. I was in AP history. AP US history, and I was just very smart, you know, to myself. People gravitated to me. So one day I was in McDonald's and I saw this group of girls pass by, and you know, they were like kikiing and just laughing and looking at me. I'm just like, oh, okay, cool. And I was in McDonald's just reading, relaxed. You know, I was always like a loner, stand by myself, whatever, only child. But you know, I don't mind getting to know people. Cool. I would say like a week after that, she ended up being inside of my AP US history class, and that's when the bullshit really started. So her friends really gravitated to me first, and then after, she started gravitating to me. And it's a lot of stories I could tell just about her. So many that I'm not going to tell in this one story. But I'll just give an example of something that happened. She made a book. I think maybe it was her sophomore year in that high school. She started passing it around to people. And in the book, it talked about her being raped by her dad. But no, let me rephrase that. It talked about a girl being raped by her dad that lived in a country where she is from also, and her having a kid at 8 years old, and that kid being her daughter, and how like now she's just considered her, you know, her sister. It's a lot of crazy things that was in that book, but I wasn't there. But that's just a preview of what the type of person she is. I have to say, she's like an attention seeker. She's very manipulative. She's very mean-spirited, and she doesn't make that country look good at all. So we're gonna give her a name, and I'm gonna call her Fiona. So after, you know, months passed by of me just going to school, being in AP US history, seeing her all the time, we ended up just being friends, and it just escalated into something more of a relationship. So we would only do stuff, relationship stuff, while we were in US history and after school. So between that time, we didn't do anything. And there is a reason why, because I was living with someone else around that time, and that person was a very mean-spirited person, like very, very strict, and so strict to the point where I couldn't go into certain rooms inside of a house. Like very, very strict. So I used to check my phone, check my backpack. It's a whole story time in that. But so this one day, while I was home, we're gonna not name this person, but this person knew that I was a virgin. Like, you know, I was like a Catholic. I went to church. Like, I really was not focused on sex at all. Like, I was a really good kid. I guess you could say corny. I don't care. But you have to also think about where I came from. I used to live with my mom almost half of my life, and it was abruptly interrupted, and I had to move in with this other person. So, you know, I wasn't like them. I was me, myself, and I. So this person knew I was a virgin and wanted me to have sex. They were really almost forcing me to have sex. Like, it was really a force, and it was very abusive also. So I really, honestly, truly, in my heart, felt like if I did not bring someone to the house and have sex with them, that I was going to get physically hurt. And what do? I go up to the school, AP US History, talk to her, and after school, I pretty much told her, like, you know, do you want to have sex? And she's like, yeah, you know, she was a very freaky person, alright? But she was just like, yeah, I wouldn't mind having sex. But the only thing is that I'm on my period. The only thing is that I'm on my period. So in my mind, I'm just like, I don't know that much stuff about periods or girls at all. So I'm just like, in my head, I know when I get home, I better have someone to do it with. So it's like damn, of course she would be on her period when I wanted her to, you know, do it. After, like, we agreed that, hey, we're gonna do it on this day, and we actually literally scheduled it. Like, we were that type of people. Like, she was like a business type person, and I was just like a really intellectual person. So I remember, even I wrote a note with her signing off on doing this and everything. It was crazy, but she actually signed it, and I still have it till this day. But anyway, when the day came, me and Fiona, after school, went on the train together, and we went to my house. You know, we made our way downstairs to my room. So at this point, I'm just like, okay, cool, I finally got her in the room. So here I am. I got a condom. I opened it up, you know, put it where it belongs, and I'm just sitting there like, I'm just ready. And she's like, and she's just like kind of nervous a little bit, but she kind of like, she really held her composure, and she started like taking off her clothes, but she cut off the light, so I guess she didn't want me to see her. And you know, I was really nervous because, like, I never had sex before, and she's on her period.
No, ma'am. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
So I don't know how this is going to really end. I was just really scared, and on top of that, the lights were off. So I'm just laying down on the bed on my back, and you know, I have my stuff on, and she hovers over me because she was a big girl. That's why I'm calling her Fiona. There's nothing wrong with big girls or whatever, but anyway, Fiona hovered over me, and she put it in, and it was very, very slippery, like slippery as fuck. And I'm not going to get too much into details because I really don't like to talk about sex at all, but this story time is pretty crazy. But after that, like, I will say, like, I did not climax. It was very unenjoyable. She's literally, no lie, she smelled like pennies. Like, she smelled like pennies. And then her underarms had like a certain stench to it. And then I was really disgusted, like the smell of it. And her underarms, I'm just like, bitch, did you take a shower? Like, you knew that we were gonna do this. Did you take a shower? In my head, I'm just like, anyway, so after we finished, I cut on the lights, and I look down, and I'm just baffled in my head. Like, I am shook and low-key livid because I have a bloody penis. My penis is literally bloody, covered with blood, in a condom. And even when I took it off, it was still blood on there. So I was really, really like freaking out in my head. So, you know, I played it off. I went in the bathroom, did what I had to do, and walked us to the train station. And the next day, it was just really, you know, weird. Because, like, after we did that, like, the relationship just was not the same. Like, it was a little off in the beginning anyway. But after that, like, she started being very, very, like, mean to me. Like, kind of embarrassing me, or trying to embarrass me. And that's when her true colors started to come out. I started to realize why, like, nobody in the school liked her. Nobody in the school liked her at all. You know what? I'm gonna have a whole series devoted to, like, I'm gonna call them the Mean Girls. Maybe I'll change the name of it, but I'm gonna have like a whole series devoted to all the shit they did to me, my best friend, my other friend that I used to have that I don't talk to that person no more, and just to other people. I'm gonna go in details about this book that she wrote. That was a crazy person, like a crazy, crazy person. But to end off this story time, I will say that black women are queens. I'm going to just leave it at that, but I have a lot more story times about Fiona. She's a character. She is crazy. But you know what? I wish her all the best. I really do wish her all the best, and yeah. But that's the end of this story time. My name's Malik. Please like, subscribe, comment on my channel, and I'll catch you in the next story time.